If you are a person who tend to worry a lot, this video is for you. Hello, my name is Helia. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button. So today I want to talk about something that I was sharing with my coaching clients a few days ago, and that is about worry. The feelings of worry, anxiety, stress, fear. And I want to talk about that and how you can overcome those negative feelings and live a more relaxed, joyful, fulfilling life. This information comes from me studying the mind, studying the laws of the universe, studying Bob Proctor, and also my own personal journey and my own personal experience. So generally speaking, there are two groups of people. Group one are those people who are most likely and more often, they are focused on the past. They think about what happened yesterday, what happened years ago, what happened when they were kids. And most of the time, not always, most of the time, they have the feelings of regret or guilt, or they just feel the feelings of nostalgia about the past, or an amazing time that they had, or a hard time that they had, and they were so miserable, and they just live in the past, in the memories. The memories are very vivid for them. Most of the time, in the present moment, they live in their mind, in their memories. And there is a second group of people who is more future focused. These people tend to think about the future. What is going to happen in 1 hour from now, tomorrow, next year, 10 years from now? Most of the time, these people are excited about the future. They have goals. That's why they're future oriented. They are passionate. They're looking forward to do something in the future. But also sometimes there are people in this second group that are thinking about what ifs and all the worst case scenarios that the future can bring, either be a day after or years from now. So there are people in the second group that are future focused, future oriented. They think about what if this happens, and they start feeling the feelings of worry and anxiety and stress. So usually people who live in the past, they don't have those feelings of worry and anxiety because the past is already done. It already happened, and whatever happened, that can bring, again, feelings of regret or nostalgia or guilt or those kind of feelings, but not the feelings of worry, stress, and anxiety. Those feelings are more linked to the future. And there's this very, very tiny group of people, very, very small percentage, I would say even less than 1%, who live mostly in the present moment. Those are like very highly spiritual people, highly conscious people, monks, people who know how to take control of their mind, how to turn off the mind chatter, and they live mostly in the present moment. But let's talk about these two groups that are the majority of people, either living in the past, living in the future. And I want to talk about the people who live mostly in the future because I want to talk about worry and anxiety and stress. So the good thing about people who live in the future is that they are most of the time excited about the future because future can have so many possibilities and opportunities. There's nothing you can do for the past, but there is so much you can do. You can change, you can plan different things, different possibilities for the future, so it can be really exciting. That's a positive thing about this group. But on the other hand, the negative thing is that this group of people can get into the feelings of worry and anxiety. And the reason why is that they are very future focused, that they don't spend enough time in the past learning the lessons from the past. So if you're not living in the past and you're always on to the next thing, on to the next project, on to the next event, it's amazing and great, but you don't learn anything from your past, including, this is the important point I wanted to share. Imagine how many times in your life, I'm sure if you take time, you take a pen and a paper right now or after this video and write down, try to really think about the past. As much as it's hard for you to go to the past, try to think about yesterday, a week before, 2 weeks ago, and see how many times you were worried about a situation, about something small or big, and that thing never happened. Or that thing happened, but it was nowhere close to what you were worried about, and everything worked out at the end of the day. I'm 100% sure if you take time, think about it, especially in the just the past few days or weeks, because if you go further, you might not even remember. Just recently, how many times did you get worried about something, even if it was for a minute, worry about something, and that thing that you were worried about never happened? I'm sure you can find a lot of examples. For me, for example, just recently, a few weeks ago, I thought I lost my keys, my second spare keys to my home. And I really panicked because other people had access to my home, the cleaner, this and that. And I started thinking about all sort of crazy scenarios, really panicked. And for days, I was so worried, like, what should I do? I almost arranged for my lock to be changed. And I was worried at night. Like, it was really uncomfortable situation with a lot of worry and fear and stress and thinking worst case scenarios. And of course, a few days after I found my keys, the second spare key, I found them. They were in the house somewhere, of course. And I'm sure if you think about this, there's so many times that has happened for you in your life with different things, being worried about something and that thing never happening. So that's good to sometimes pause, go to the past, see what happened, see how you felt before that thing happened. How did this thing end up to be? What was the conclusion? How many times you were worried and stressed for no reason? And then really take that lesson with you into your present and into the future. So next time something happens, don't let your mind go to the extreme worst case scenario. There's a lot of reason why your mind do that. It's obviously because of the programming and the paradigm, that we all have the paradigm, wrong programming, survival system. The mind is always looking for worst case scenarios. It's like a supercomputer, just want to protect you and keep you safe. The mind is not responsible to keep you happy. You consciously have to decide that you want to be happy, and you consciously make a decision that you're not going to let the thoughts of worry and anxiety get into your mind. And you have this power. Like, how powerful are we as human beings? We have the power to choose a thought. My cat doesn't have this power. Your dog doesn't have this power. They just react to the environment. They have instincts. They don't have the ability to choose their thoughts. You and I, we have the ability to choose our thoughts even in the worst case scenario. And why not choose the best case scenario thought? We just have to become aware of this. Like, now that you watch this video, or you have watched something similar to this, and you're going to take notes and you're going to spend some time, it's not going to be just another video that you watch and you're off to the next video and just consume and consume. Pause, even if it's 2 minutes, write these down. Write down, think about the times that you were worried about finances, about material things, about your children, about the timing of something, your job, your business, your career, your relationship, absolutely anything, small or big, and see how the worst case scenario never happened. And when that thing happened that you were worried about, even if that happened, most of the time that doesn't happen. The things that we are worried about never happen. The worries in our mind only. And then if they happen in the present moment, we always find a way to solve it. We always find a way. You either solve it or move on to the next thing, or we learn a lesson and move on to the next thing. I had a conversation with one of my coaching clients, and he mentioned something beautiful, that it's like a game. It is a game. We are like this avatar playing in a PlayStation. Your real you is playing your character in the PlayStation world. What is the worst case scenario? There is no worst case scenario. We just move on. Worst case scenario, we learn and we grow. And at the end of the day, years and years from now, we die. And what then? Like, we are source, we are energy. We've always been, we always will be. We are infinite. Nothing can go wrong. See how powerful that can be for you. Like if you think nothing can go wrong, I am energy, I am infinite. Worst case scenario is I die, I lose my physical body, and I'm still the infinite energy. You know how powerful you can be? You know how much you can accomplish in life? You know how big you can live? Stop living small, because you are source energy. Your spirit, and spirit is for expansion and fuller expression. You're here to expand. Stop thinking about the things that make you worry. That's a practice. How do you do that? You don't do it in one day, okay? You don't do it by just watching this video. You have to take these teachings, you have to start writing things down, journaling things, reading those things often, and you start reprogramming your mind. Reprogramming your mind takes time. The same way it took time for your mind to be programmed when you were a child, from when you were born till the age of, they say 6 or 7, it took 6 or 7 years to program your mind. You were programmed by your parents, by your parent figures, by your grandparents, by your teacher, by your environment, by TV at that time, by radio, by whatever you saw, you heard, you listened to. From when you were born till the age of 6 and 7, you were programmed. And then that programming after the age of 7, it was reinforced again and again, because you were probably within the same environment, same programming, same thought patterns from your environment. And imagine how strong those patterns are. But that's not to scare you, that's to just become aware of that. And know that it's absolutely 100% possible to reprogram those thoughts and become a new version of you. How do you do that? By these things that I'm sharing with you. Keep watching my videos. I'm going to share more and I'm going to teach you how to do that. But for today, take your time, go to the past, think about the times that you were worried about something small or big and that thing never happened or didn't happen in a way that you were expecting it to be, and everything worked out at the end of the day. And next time you become worried about something, just remember that. And tell yourself, so many times I was worried and I was sure that I had a valid reason to be worried, but that never happened. So that teaches me a lesson. So when I go to the future, something happens, I try to take it easy. Trust my journey, trust the universe. Don't go to the worst case scenario right away. I hope you like this video and I see you soon.